Saad says, I feel self-conscious and have a hard time connecting to people, and I feel anxious interacting with people. It might be social phobia, and it affects all my relationships negatively. Any recommendation? Well, yeah. What is it that you think people are? These are the things that I want you guys to go and make an appointment with me on Skype, because we can't be interactive here. There are questions I need to ask and the suggestions I can make, but this is a live streaming, so things that I don't need to interact so much. Yeah, otherwise it becomes, every time it takes 20 seconds to go back and forth, and that information becomes a little bit slow. So if you like to go on my site, mind@6truth.com, make an appointment for an hour for Skype consultation, and I will add an hour to it. We'll have 2 hours, and we'll hash it out, the stuff that concerns you. This is how it works, guys. Any new clients, you make an appointment for an hour, I'll give you an hour, we'll have 2 hours, explore what's going on in your life and what it is that you want to talk about. And of course, don't forget about the books. Take a look at the book, Me, My Psyche and I, Table of Contents. Acquire that book. It's a good book. E-book is very nominal, purposely made it to be very nominal, so everybody with any currency can afford it. So you guys have no excuses. Go pick that up. And so Saad, you might have to do that, and then we can discuss it. But for now, when you're looking at their faces, this is what usually happens, because everyone has certain kind of an energy, and instead of learning how to feel their energy and analyze that, you are assuming their energy to be in a certain kind by looking at their eyes or eyebrow or their facial expression, which is all bullshit. These people have no powers, but you're giving invisible powers, the energy, to their physical facial reactions, which is again is a place where they hide their own fears. When you see someone who's got glasses, not everyone, but in a specific situation, someone dark glasses, or someone who's looking like this, or kind of having, these are mostly covering and hiding their own fears. Not that they are above you. It's their fear that makes them arrogant. It's their fear that makes them look angry. It's their fear that makes them look rude or vicious, because they've got nothing else inside to rely on. So they rely on looking like ferocious, while if you actually respond to them, they back off. So even that wouldn't work in reality. But people's postures and facial expressions most often is the expression of their own inner uncalmness, unsettledness, fear, because everybody has been living through the history and raised in an environment of paranoia, and for that reason they have adopted certain kind of a defensive mode and systems, and some of them look like postures the way they stand, which is actually they're fearful, but they're standing in such a way to present themselves as bigger than what they are, so they can fend off things. Or their facial expressions, angry or expectant, or some kind of a weird eyebrow looking things, or as if they were trying to project themselves they're more than what they are, because they've been conditioned, all of us, since childhood, that we are not enough. We got to be more. And that more translates into many things. Arrogance, trying to bully someone, trying to get something without being qualified for it. They come up with all these facial expressions and poses and all that nonsense. So don't buy into it. And usually if you have a problem, don't look at people's eyes, look at their third eye, right here around the nose area and the forehead, or around their lips and nose, not their eyes. And don't be fooled by their facial expressions. And if it really is something that there's a bunch of them, just look at their feet. You can see how vulnerable they are. They've got 2 feet they got to stand on like everybody else. Don't be bothered by their facial expression and what they're trying to express or falsely affect you with their animation. Look at their feet. You'll see they're just as vulnerable as anybody else. There's nothing special about them. They got the shoes on, and that's how they negotiate roads. Simple. And if you're giving a demonstration or presentation or in bunch of people, in front of a bunch of people, then just while you're doing your thing, just imagine every one of them in their underwears. You'll start laughing. You'll see that they're not important. They have no powers. They're just trying to show themselves as if they're more than what they are. They're trying to impress you, not knowing shit, but they're trying to look like they know. So what do? Because they're already at a disadvantage when they are there for you to present something. That means they've accepted that they're there to learn something or to hear something, because they don't know what it is. So when they're in a position of they don't know, they kind of come up with some kind of a posture like, I don't know, but I do know. I don't know, but you don't know that I don't know. I do know. You see, I'm here like this. Rather than being open to see what it is. These fears, instead of you actually getting encouragement from them, you actually get affected and thinking that, oh, maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe I should watch out what I'm saying. Maybe they're going to judge me. Who cares? They're there. You're the presenter. So that means you know more than them in any case. And don't worry about being judged. Just imagine them in their underwears and then you'll be fine. Do what you got to do and move away. That's how you deal with it. In the meantime, but go make that appointment whenever you want. We can talk in more details.